Hey everyone, it's your favorite player, Matt. I know I don't usually come to you this early in the episode, but this is a kind warning about this episode. We really dive into culture, and that can be a very touchy subject for people. So I just wanted to let everyone know that we are painting with a very broad brush in this episode, and obviously we are not experts on this sort of huge topic that is well beyond the pale of any of our expertise here. But the reason we get into it so much is because we are trying to contextualize real world with our fantasy world, just to paint it a little bit more, just to really flesh it out and mold it out a bit. And we know, especially with everything going on in the world right now, that can possibly be a touchy subject for people. So I just wanted to make sure that we give you just fair warning to let you know that kind of a heavy conversation and about stuff like that will be happening. It's still a very interesting episode, and we decided to keep it because I think it gives a very in-depth look into our characters and kind of how they're feeling and thinking about the world that they are living in. And we do obviously get to a silly goose time as well. So we just felt it best just to get ahead of it, let you guys know that was going to be this episode. We still hope you enjoy it. We thought it was a really great episode to still include, so we did. Thank you for listening. Thank you for understanding, everyone. We all love you so much. I'm sure you'll hear me again in the middle of the episode, but until then, on with the show.
Okay, so how we're going to start this off? A little different, guys.
Oh, okay. A little new flavor?
A little new flavor, a little new taste. Taste that?
A new DM or?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sounds great to me. Actually, hey, name's Gerald. How's it going? I'm the new DM.
That's not a Gerald.
It's not a Gerald?
That's not what I don't think.
Is this a Gerald?
No,
Okay,
Gerald.
actually, do one other voice other than those two.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay, save that one for another character, please.
Hey. How's it going?
All right, I like it. Oh, please don't wink at me. I'm your sister.
No, he's not winking at you.
Oh, it's Gerald.
Gerald's winking at you.
Gerald.
Yeah.
Gerald.
Gerald. And like
Gerald.
Gerald. Yeah, that's way more of a
Right.
Gerald.
That's fine.
Okay, so back to
half,
this.
right?
Half?
Yeah.
I got
He's your
us
half
off
brother,
tangent.
right?
No.
No.
Oh, no.
What?
You guys are full.
What the fuck?
What?
I thought he was your half.
How long? No,
Oh.
that's Nick.
Nick is our half brother from
Oh.
second marriage, but Jake, Joe, and I are all full.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah,
Why-
that's kind of weird.
It is kind of weird because he looks way different than us.
Yeah, I look,
So
I
mean.
look more like my dad. They look-
We have questioned it, but he looks just like Dad.
I mean,
you guys look
they
like
got
mom.
tests for that.
They do. If you've seen a younger picture of Dad, you would know.
Well, this
It
is
looks-
now a Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There's a new flavor, and that was
Yes.
it.
That's the new
okay, yeah,
flavor.
that's good.
Christy, you are
Not the brother.
Not the
sister.
Sister.
The brother. Well, there you go.
Well, you're
That's
not
it.
the brother too.
Yeah, I
know,
was
right?
Yeah, Jake starts dancing around.
I knew it.
I saw one of those Bernie
Christy's crying in the
Sanders.
corner.
No, I'm doing the worm for some reason.
Yeah. I saw one of those Bernie Sanders memes with him on a Jerry Springer set as everyone's
dude.
fighting. He's in the
That's-
chair.
There have been so many.
I've never seen such wildfire spread of a meme.
Such
It-
meme
but
heat.
of good ones.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Of good ones.
Oh no, I don't think I saw a bad one.
Yeah.
I haven't
not a
seen
single
one.
bad one.
It has not hit me where it's like,
I mean, it's
another
touched
one.
every corner of every kind of media, like every TV show.
All pop
every,
culture. Nothing is
Yeah.
safe.
I
Nothing
mean,
is safe.
I saw it on a Letterkenny, a lot of Letterkenny ones, and then Battlestar Galactica. Like people
Oh,
throwing
I
it back to that
I
shit.
haven't seen that one.
The BSG
So you know they
one.
did a photo shoot of them like the Last Supper, and then just threw
Yes.
Bernie in there.
Oh, perfect.
So fucking good.
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, I've seen the one with the Lord of the Rings. There've been a
the
couple Lord of the Rings ones. There have been a few videos.
The
The video is great.
There's some videos
The one you tagged
Oh.
us in.
where
was
when he
amazing.
first meets Aragorn. Aragorn.
Oh, Aragorn,
No,
yeah.
Oh,
Right?
he's
Sorry,
in the
I do
corner.
remember.
He's the one in the corner.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there like tucked away in the corner, or when they're all pledging their fealty to the ring, and he's chilling with everybody else.
Have you seen the ghost one?
No,
The
with the
little
mittens.
mittens are just like, and like this very fake buff arm is like moving back and forth. Oh, I love it so much. Anyway,
So
Bernie,
back to the
Was-
normal podcast.
Was this the flavor you were talking about?
Is this the flavor?
This was also not the flavor I was
Oh,
talking
no.
about.
Okay.
another
well,
flavor, guys.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
down your
just
butts.
bam, new flavor.
Yeah, we got a smorgasbord of openings for the chat or for the cast today.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go around. I'm gonna pass around a rain stick, a talking stick.
Why would it be a rain stick?
'Cause I like-
the whole time you're talking, you're like, yeah, so
You wait for it all to go down and then you talk.
Oh.
It's a timer.
It's a
I
rain
know.
stick because I just went to the zoo.
Yeah.
Just went to the zoo.
always.
It's
yes.
Always at the zoo.
Hey guys, this is
Or
good
the
audio,
aquarium.
right?
There's always the rain stick.
Only thing my mom would let me buy.
The rain stick or that thing that you spin around that goes, woo, 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 woo,
Dude, I
woo,
love
you know what I
those,
mean? That
though.
little
Those-
pipe.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay,
what's
we're gonna
it?
pass it on the rain stick.
We're gonna pass the rain stick around, and you're gonna talk about your feelings, your character's feelings. We don't.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say-
care about your personal feelings.
Oh,
How much
okay.
time
I don't know if Matt has
Yeah.
enough. I don't know if Matt has enough data.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know what her feelings
the
past.
next 3 hours are just gonna be us.
No, I
just
meant data on
unloading.
your device to record
Oh,
all of my feelings.
I thought you meant data as in me because I'm a robot with no feelings.
Oh,
I
mean,
like
that
both
too.
scenarios.
Yeah,
of that.
I think they're both on point.
Okay.
So we'll just gotta go to my right, Ben. Where's Catan at? How's his feelings? What's he thinking? What's going on in that head of his, if anything at all?
a lot of echo.
Yeah, I mean, you got a helmet on a lot of the time.
That's just his thoughts.
Lot
Whenever
of
he
reverb.
thinks it's echoey.
Okay. Okay, so Matt, as he's talking, can you put an echo filter on his voice as he's
Well, hey, on the inner monologue thing.
yeah. So do it in inner monologue, if you will.
Pass.
I don't know. I wasn't prepared for an
Yeah.
inner monologue.
Hey, dude, I told you to get prepared. I'm
I
just
didn't
saying.
prepare for an inner. I didn't prepare
You should
for an
prepare for
echoey.
everything,
Yeah, Ben, why aren't you? I want to see you with more writing that I show up with.
That's not hard to do.
He's done that before. Please don't tempt him again.
I think it was his rap, honestly.
The rap.
It was all on my phone. I didn't have that written down by
I mean,
hand.
it's written down.
21st century, okay?
Catan, he's been forced to kind of like question a little bit of what he was taught growing up. He wasn't really exposed to too many different cultures being raised. Almost exclusively did he have associations with just other humans from this like surrounding farmlands and stuff. Only when he was in like the military did he like get a little bit of exposure to other cultures, and then also the Paladin Order. And so dealing with the idea that like giants exist and they have feelings and they have like cultural significance, and they have wants and they have desires. He wants to. He does kind of wonder if like, is it wrong of him to decide what's best for these people? No, it's not. It's not. He really thought about it. He did. He actually really like spent the night thinking about it. And he has come to the conclusion that like these people have basically been forced into this situation. I mean, they've literally been forced out in the tundra. They've been forced out of culture. They've been forced into this village, and they don't have anything to fall back on except for their traditions that have been molded by their repetitive suffering. Right? Like society has kept pushing on them and taking from them. And so he feels they've almost developed a culture around this where it's like, well, if it's our time to die, then that's our time to die. And he almost feels like he's a little responsible for that mentality they have. And so he wants to help them. And he feels like the only way to do that is to force them to force the situation so that they survive. He doesn't wish to see them essentially sacrifice themselves for what he thinks is a misplaced sense of like cultural significance, which is still like pretty on point for how he was thinking walking into this situation.
Yeah.
Beforehand, he just didn't like them. He was like, giants are bad and I don't like them. Now he's like, no, these people are actually pretty good, but they clearly can't take care of themselves. So like, he's still pretty opinionated towards them. At least it's not malicious. It never was malicious, but it's definitely not malicious now.
Yeah.
If he had any borderline maliciousness towards them before, he most certainly does not anymore. He likes them. He just doesn't feel like he doesn't feel like they can take care of themselves.
Okay. Matt, what's Awen going? How's he going?
Would it surprise you if I said he feels the exact opposite of what Catan does?
Not even in the slightest.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You're going to say that it's just like TV static.
No, he feels the opposite, which I think he's voiced to the party at this point, because he feels that what are people without culture, right?
Yeah.
That's what's important to people. They have to have some sort of identity, or else purpose of life is lost for a lot of people. And their identity is this culture that they have been carrying around with them through thick and thin, for better or for worse. And that's what they do identify themselves as. And Awen has done jobs for a lot of people all over. It's sort of like Catan has had the experience of his military background of getting a taste of kind of all different types of cultures. Awen has as well. Plus the fact that he's an elf, he's learned about all this because his culture has knowledge about other cultures far surpassing that of humans. And so he's maybe just a little more understanding of that sort of thing, especially because elves have been pushed back so much. He also understands that you have to hold on to parts of who you are and who you were so that you can continue to be who you will in the future.
Yeah.
Right. And so he doesn't want to extinguish this culture's fire for the sake of survival, because to him, those two things go hand in hand. Culture is survival. Culture is living on. Culture is, if you extinguish that, then you're just empty husks walking around, and you feel like you've given yourself up, sacrificed yourself for what? For just living? That is not a purpose in life to him. So his stance is, if these are how these people are going to go, and this is how they want to go, he wants to not stand. Who is he to stand in the way of someone else's culture? Also, he wants to get the seer so he can move on with the mission too.
I think all of those things, and also I need to see.
Yes, there are selfish because of course, and I think anybody who says otherwise would
you always have
not
a
be
selfish
fully honest
influence on
of course,
what your decisions are.
But also because we understand that this is selfish in the sense that he wants his mission to succeed, but in the sense of his mission succeeds will save everybody.
Yeah.
Or as many people as possible. So it's for the betterment, as Catan kind of puts, but in a more smaller almost way for himself, for everybody.
Yeah, very much. I'm going to survive, and this is how I need to survive.
And if these people want to go out in a blaze of glory, God bless them.
Yeah.
Valhalla bless them. Odin bless them, or whoever.
I would like to chime in and just say, I think that's really interesting that like Awen, even when you listen to his backstory, has always been like, you do not want to be told what to do.
No.
Ever. Right.
No.
And so like your whole life has been like traveling around or skirting, I don't know if responsibility, but like a little bit, but skirting
his inherent responsibility
to do what someone expects you to.
Yes.
Yes. Whereas Catan has been the exact opposite. Like the sun's up, got to go feed the animals. Time to go to war. Lost my dad. That's real sad. Oh, time to go join the Paladin Order. Go here, save these people, kill those. You got it. And so, it's
Very yes, sir.
Yeah, and so it's really interesting that like Awen has this like open world view, whereas Catan is very like there's a series of events that need to happen and we need to carry them out.
Yeah,
and Awen's more like, well, let's just see what happens. I don't know. I think that's really interesting.
It's a good party dynamic for a podcast.
Catan cast
might
chaos
say.
on it.
Yeah.
Some
as I
meta
say.
person might say that they were almost planned.
It's like we balanced on purpose
Actually,
or
we didn't
something.
talk about we did not.
No, I think we just our exaggerated versions of ourselves just kind of
Yeah.
accentuate
Well, it's
each
kind
other.
of how we all work as a group of friends too.
Yeah.
We're not all just the same flavor the entire way through.
You're
We
very
got a
boring.
little spice, you know?
Little spice.
Well, not you.
Not you,
Neapolitan.
Christy. Talking about not you having any
Who's the
spice.
strawberry?
What
I am.
I don't know what's going on over there.
we're if we were ice cream, we would be Neapolitan.
And I said, "Who's the strawberry?" Ben went, "I am."
Well, I think Christy is.
No, I'm the flavor people like.
Well, it's
I
just,
like strawberry. So do I.
Oh, gross.
well, that makes sense. I mean, your husband and your brother. Your full brother.
Yes, thank you.
Full brother.
Full on brother. 100% brother.
not those
As
half
we've
brothers.
just discovered.
Yeah.
Together.
The news just came in. The DNA hot off the lab press.
Ben, would you also like to know that my dad and my uncle have the same birthday, just a year apart? Because everybody found that information out and thought it was interesting as well. Would you like to know that?
It's a 1 in 365 chance. It's not that strange.
Okay. Well, fuck you.
Okay, 1 in 3.
Anyway, everybody else was intrigued by that fact this morning, so I just thought I'd share it with you as well.
Well, the fact that it's exactly a year apart is not 1 in 365 chance. It's the fact that they have the same date is excluding leap years. Hold on, calculator.
was that? Here's the thing.
I-
Was that a leap year, Ben?
I'm sorry.
It could have been.
Oh,
I
shit.
Wish I had never brought it up.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Chrissy.
Me too.
can it
Now
be
I
my
can't
turn
think.
to talk now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Christy,
Yes.
how's Leaf doing?
So Leaf is doing okay. What does she think?
And it doesn't necessarily need to just be about like what's happening now. It could be
No.
just like your emotions and
She
things
is
too.
putting a lot. She is, I don't know if you've noticed this, a little naive.
Whoa, wait, Leaf?
Just a tiny bit. She's very optimistic. No, she thinks that while she agrees with Awen that like this is the culture, this is what they're going to do, in her mind, it's kind of this like flowery, like all the hardened warriors are going to go out exactly the way they want. And no one's going to die that doesn't want to die. That's what she's telling herself, that like it's going to work out. Either Catan's going to fix it or the Titans will fix it. But what's going to happen is exactly what's going to happen because it's supposed to be that way. And so she's kind of like telling herself like, this is all going to be good and there's not going to be any bad sacrifice. There's not going to be any bad vibes. It's all going to go good.
All good vibes.
And just kind of going with that because that's what she wants to be the case. But she's putting a lot of her optimism and like hopes into this whole Titan thing going to work out for everybody.
She's very much going like best foot forward.
All of her eggs
fate.
are in that Titans are going to fix everything basket. So she's kind of like, yeah, I'll leave it up to who's in charge, basically. Whoever is bigger and more strong and has a bit stronger opinion about it will be the one to fix it and make everything go okay. So she's kind of just like, this is fine. Everything is fine. This is all going to be fine. The warriors are going to die the way that they want to die, and the children are all going to be safe, and everything's going to go great. And we're obviously going to get the Ice Princess back to the temple, and everything's going to be like, she's just like, it's all going to be flowers and rainbows. Everybody's going to be happy, and she's not scared at all. She's just
So on the
smushing that down
yeah, so like
really.
on the deep on like the inside though, she is.
She's very terrified that everything will go
Okay,
very
good.
horrible.
That was my question
And-
was, does she actually believe this or is she making
She's
the conscious effort to be like, I'm not going to address any
Yes,
of
she
these
is
terrible-"
literally the meme of the dog in the room. You're just like, this is fine. Like she just is pushing all of that down. She does not want to feel anything about that. She's just like, nope. But in her mind, deep down, in her dark little heart, she is very, very scared and doesn't know if she can do what she needs to do when she needs to do it. Because she's proven a few times that she can't. So,
or at least she can't remember.
yes.
One of the two.
But she's starting to feel a little more confident, especially after that little deal that like everybody kind of like trusts her, and that also scares her because then she's worried about letting people down.
Yeah, how are you
More.
feeling about after that fight? Like,
After the fight, she was like, "Oh, I can do this. Like I can do my own thing. I don't need other people's help." Or like everybody rides on me sometimes to be able to pull something off, and so like she really wants to please everybody, but also very, very scared of not being able to. So she's just going to kind of fake it till she makes it. Like, I know how to cast that spell. Sure, yeah, it'll go fine, no problem. Like that's kind of her thing. But she's feeling a little more confident after that little bout.
Yeah, it seemed like especially after, we are gonna have to make you roll for how hungover you are. By the way,
man.
I gave her bless.
I have blessed.
That does not remove things. That just gives her
plus
a D4
to a saving throw
for how long? An hour, right?
For however long.
He just
fell
keeps
asleep.
casting it on me all night long. He just woke up every hour on the hour.
I had 3 more slots available before I went to bed, so I did it again before she went to sleep. You jerk.
Yeah. It's like my cup of milk before
I
bed.
want you to mark that down on your sheet.
I also here's the thing. I removed her
No, I think you
drunkenness
Yeah.
You
with a
did.
lay on hands.
Yeah, you did.
I rendered the alcohol inert. So she rapidly became
sober, which is not
sober,
good.
which is also, I wonder what that would do for a hangover. Like a hangover
make
is
it
normally
worse?
something that as time goes on, you're like, it's getting worse because the alcohol's leaving your system and you're beginning to like withdrawal from it. What happens if all of a sudden you're just like sober?
Probably.
Anyway,
a
for
really
you
bad
to
headache.
figure out, Jake the cool DM
Well, we'll find out with a good old Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
with a D4.
So B-Rye,
Mhm.
how's Boral doing?
I think losing Beardrum still weighs pretty heavy on him. I think that's why he's, being so pushy when it comes to, the Giants in this last stand, because it seems like some sort of, misplaced, can't think of the word. So sort of a misplaced fealty to tradition. If it was the case that they wanted to stick to tradition, then why are they retreating back to one place? Like they have some sort of survival drive in them. So why is it now when the better chances are for them to retreat back to a better place where they have a better chance to survive? But no, this is the one where they want to take their stand. And I guess I'm pushing it so hard because it seems like an unnatural and kind of the same way that Ben was just talking about. It's sort of an unnatural end that they don't know what's good for them, where Beardrum was taken away unnaturally, not his choice. He was just taken.
Yeah.
And these people are just like making the conscious choice against all odds to die here. And it's stubborn for no reason. And I think that I can't, I respect tradition, but there will be no tradition left.
Yeah.
So I that's like a circle I can't square. Or a square I can't circle. I can't get it right in my head. So, I think there's some part of me that's pushing this in order to give them the choice that Beardrum wasn't given.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, I think that's, short and sweet. That's
where his mindset is.
Boral's head is at right now.
Okay.
Catan loves that.
Because it agrees with him.
Because it aligns with his ideals.
As he was saying that, Catan was just tinking so hard.
Tinking so hard. I'm tinking.
You're like, I love the talk about genocide.
Was it?
No, it's about stopping the genocide.
Yeah.
Catan gets a hard on for stopping genocide.
Yeah,
It's
was
like
it,
justice. Oh,
You get a hard on when people agree with you.
That's just how I am in real life.
that really flicks his spring. I think was the.
Is that what it was?
saying.
I laughed so hard at that. Like my spring. Oh,
Yeah. And then I don't know if Oral sees it this way too, but like I think part of it is also that like the idea that they're like, this is our culture to fight to the end. And it's like the only reason why this is your culture is because historically other races have forced you to isolate and get killed off. Like this wouldn't be your culture had you not been continually pushed into a situation where you were forced to say, well, everything sucks balls, so I guess I better just decide that this is our culture. Let's live in this frozen ass tundra alone and get murdered and genocide, and that's the way to go. And then people are coming in to do it again, right? Like, this is what's happened historically, and now it's happening again. And they've somehow convinced themselves that, like, yep, this is it. This is our lot in life, and we love it. And I don't know how Boral feels about that, but in Catan's eyes, that's even fucking worse. Is that, like, other cultures have made them believe that this is the ultimate, like, honor and truth, is to be, like, subjugated by others and to love it.
Do we know that that's where their culture came from, though? I mean,
maybe they were like this before.
I think
maybe that was always their culture.
I think it's
no,
in,
but
like,
I
our
think what Ben is
world of, like, Norwegian thing. Like, they have a harsh way of life. Like, okay, hey, we need to go find food. We might not. Okay, how are we going to do it? We're going to take from other people because we have nothing. And, like, okay, how do you get through that life? And that's kind of how I've envisioned it. It's very much in, like, the Germanic kind of lifestyle.
Well, and I like Ben's take on that too, as Catan's point of view of, like, that's how you
100%.
feel about it. And it's for me, it reminds me of, like, a more advanced culture coming to a tribe and being like, oh, look at you guys are living in squalor. You need all this technology. You need all this advanced stuff to make life so much easier for you. And it's like, well, maybe they don't want that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
very
you
much
don't
so.
want
No,
that to
this
be
is
your
definitely
life.
him showing up and being like, I know better than all of you.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, he knows that the reason why you're in such shitty, dire straits is because we already got involved in the first place.
Right.
Right? Like, had we not pushed you into this situation, then you wouldn't be like this.
Well, like Jake was saying, maybe that was part of their culture before that. That wasn't necessarily.
And it just hardened there.
Yes. So to Matt's question, Jake, in the history of your world, the giants didn't originally live beyond the wall, did they? Or have they always been there?
They were on the south side of the wall. So they were where Falair is.
Okay.
Like, in the mountains. At least for the ice giants. There were more ice, like, there were hill giants and things like that, but now it's really just the ice giants.
Okay, so they have been pushed off their land.
Yes.
Okay. And much of their culture and people have been killed.
Yep.
Okay. And they're all that's left.
Yep. As far as you can tell, they are the last remnants of this culture.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because in that case, then that still kind of aligns with Catan's thinking.
Yeah.
Like, you used to live in a mountain resort. Now you don't. And now you want to die by a bunch
I don't
of
think they
flame
would have
cultists.
been they would have still been in this very much the same architectural kind of style of more like huts and, like,
Yeah, but still, like,
They lived
still
a
like
simple
great
life.
halls and stuff like that, but way a lot
nobody
less
nobody
bougie
ever
than
nobody
King
ever
Raymond.
relocates people to better land.
But I think it is of the nature of culture to grow and die.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at, like, Rome. Where are they at? Now that you can still see them,
You
like,
could
like,
argue.
Roman
they had influences over
everything.
Everything.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that culture is no longer, like, the Egyptians are no longer. They're still here.
Aztecs, Incans,
where,
Romans, Egyptians. I mean,
you're just going to keep pushing them into a smaller and smaller box. And I mean,
It doesn't really influence things
Right,
anymore.
no.
It's extremely that's okay. So that's an extremely sensitive topic, and I think that anyone out there listening should know that we are all very open-minded to the idea that, like, I think we all personally agree that, like, nobody wants to see culture lost. Nobody wants to see language lost.
no, absolutely not. But within, look at history. I'm just stating facts.
Yeah, I mean,
does
like,
happen.
It does happen.
equating what is
Yes.
happening into the real world. Obviously, nowhere near similar.
And
I mean,
what's so
like,
hard is
they're
that
fantasy
when
creatures.
people assimilate into new cultures, large portions of their culture is often lost.
Mhm.
And this is actually something that's really interesting that I had to explain to people is when they said, like, because I'm for those of you who don't know, my wife is Indian, she's Punjabi, and a lot of people were like, oh, they don't like it when they marry outside of their culture, and I'm like, my in-laws have zero problem with that, actually. They don't mind at all. But you are right. Many cultures like to stay within their culture because I kind of understand it when you see your children who carry your entire culture and your entire legacy, then move into an area or move in with a person who doesn't share that, even if they're a wonderful person, you know that those grandkids are going to have a percentage of that lost, maybe a lot of it. And that means that the only thing that you were ever going to leave behind now might not exist. And that's hard. So I think a lot of people, when they see that as an option of like, well, you can either like assimilate into a culture or you can stay within your own, which might not jive well with what's going on around you, just in regards to like how easy life could be. They buckle down and say, nope, this is the most important thing to me, like Matt was saying. And you can't blame anyone for that. But I'm on Boral's side, which is that, well, if they all die, then there's no culture. And if Catan were to be talking to Awen, and Awen were to say, well, you know, maybe it's their nature to die, he would counter and say, well, then maybe it's the Flame Hand's nature to just burn down the whole world. And Fuma's going to kill everyone. So why don't you just lay down and give up? Right here, right now. Why are you fighting in that case?
Well, and if Awen were talking to
poke him in the chest as he said it.
Like now we're in the game.
And we're
now
talking to Catan. No, and I think it is within their nature to try to burn the world down.
Yes, and
that doesn't mean that they're going to succeed, but it is within their nature to do it. It is within Fuma's nature to be Fuma.
And that is within our nature to stop it.
It is within our nature to try to stop that. Yes. What happens to this culture that we're talking about now with the ice giants? I think that's because what's kind of going back into that, and obviously I'm speaking so outside of my own experiences here, but maybe this culture sees that other cultures have been whittled away to nothing and then just sort of cease to exist. Maybe their choice to go out in a flame of glory to choose how they go is more important to them so that they can at least make some sort of mark on this world instead of just disappearing into nothingness.
But
you know
if I may, I mean,
if Boral were talking to Catan and Awen right now, he would say,
yeah, I think
none of these views are her own.
These are all just the characters feeling these ways.
We're just,
unless you like it, then it's all of us too.
Yeah. If you don't like it, however, then it's all fantasy.
And keep in mind, we're keeping all this in the fantasy realm.
Yeah, we're just using real world to help explain our
definitely
views.
Contextualize.
Yeah, we are definitely stepping into
we'll get to the goofs and spoofs in a minute, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, extremely sensitive topics. And if anyone out there is like a little triggered by this,
skip to the next episode because apparently this is just going to be the whole episode.
No.
Discussion time.
Well, I think it's a fair discussion to have.
This is your flavor.
Hey, you want world building? This is pretty heavy world building.
And these are the kind of talks that obviously, I think if we did it a little bit more often, wouldn't take a whole episode. But I think we do. I want that to be more of a thing on.
Hey, you asked how we were feeling. So.
Yeah, I know. You know
what happened.
You wanted a different flavor. This is what you get.
Pandora's box.
No, that thing has been flung open at this point.
Pandora's asking, hey, do you guys want to close me now?
Are you kidding? Pandora's sitting at the table.
We ripped the lid right off.
Yeah, even Pandora's like, maybe we should stop about this. What do you think?
Getting a little far into.
Is it just me or does Pandora kind of sound like
Skeletor?
Oh, I was gonna say
or Cobra Commander.
Cobra Commander.
Yeah,
one of those.
Skeletor's more like this. Yeah, it is a little more Cobra Commander. Yeah.
Cobra Commander.
Anyway, Boral, you were gonna say.
Like, you should really put my helmet back on.
Well, no, I was still gonna bring the whole thing back into real world for me. But
no, go ahead.
No, I don't want to.
It was literally just a joke.
Well, you should be forced to share anything. If
this is the whole episode, I'm fine doing it.
I'm joking around. I would say Matt / Aowen saying that, given my experience with somebody that went out how they didn't want to go out, and me seeing that and experiencing that, from the outside, yeah. Choosing how you go out, because I mean, they've been pushed around for so long, and then you get the choice of how you want to go. Just think of terminal illness.
Yeah.
If you have the choice, I mean, I totally get it, because the way that it went down with the person in my life and how I see it and how I want, if something similar would happen to me, yeah, I would choose a totally different way.
I mean,
So yeah, I get it.
I feel like
So
that's kind of the thing
I
of like,
I sort of am coming around to
Yeah.
what anyone's saying.
We can get that. I think everyone completely respects that.
Mhm.
If we don't have much of a say in the matter, then we do want to have at least some control over what happens to us. I completely agree. From Catan's standpoint, he wants to exert so much control that that's not a point. It's not an option. When this is all said and done, he wants these people to all be alive and well. Yeah. So, yeah, it's all, this, hey, Jake, you gave us a genocide scenario and then had the party split their feelings on the matter and then asked us how we felt about it.
oh, I knew it was.
I don't think anybody's like upset with anyone in the group though. So
No,
much.
oh,
I don't feel any
I think everyone
anger towards.
Yeah, I think
you
everyone
guys for
has like
feeling
a
that way.
very, like everyone understands each other's like
Nobody
ideology
wants,
about it, but like it's not necessarily like, it's more of the end result. I feel like that you guys are split on rather than like how of getting there. Because all of you are like, oh, we're going to protect these people. But anyone's on the side of like, okay, well, only 2 are going to live. So like, we're going to do what we can do, but like only 2 are going to live. And like that is just how it's going to happen. And that's it. Like,
and I don't think any of us are surprised at another one of our stances. You know what I mean? Like,
Tom was a little shocked that
I was going to
Leaf-
say you were surprised that I agreed with it.
Yeah, no. When Leaf was like, yeah, I agree with Awen, Catan's like he did a double take on that, but
don't say it.
a little, what?
Little gator double take.
But no, I don't think nobody's mad at one another because even though Catan doesn't agree with Awen, he does respect him because Catan's whole thing with Awen is that like whenever something needs to happen, he does do the right thing. He does it in the most conniving, sniveling way possible.
Sniveling. Sniveling.
But
I don't know about sniveling. I don't think that's a fair word.
Oh, wow, he's just fired up.
Conniving, sure. Backhanded, maybe.
but not
Not
sniveling.
sniveling.
How dare you?
Sniveling, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like that. Like
Conniving,
snidely whiplash kind
Yeah.
of a
I mean,
slimy.
Snidely lithios.
Oh, that was a mouthful, huh?
Right?
sniveling with us.
No.
Okay.
He actually he
He's still
feels
laughing over
pretty
there.
comfortable that no matter what happens, that A1's going to essentially do the right thing. So even though he's like, maybe we should let this happen, he's like, we're not going to do that. And I know you're not going to let that happen. And I don't know, maybe one of these days A1 will prove him wrong. But he has faith. He has faith in him.
Perfect middle break right there.
Okay.
So you guys are in.
Or alone in the long
Oh, we're
haul.
alone again?
Thank
We started talking and all the giants were like,
This is real.
this is real goddamn heavy.
Is that mother calling?
I think I left the hut on.
I think I left the tundra cold.
I left my hut light on. I gotta go for it runs out of battery.
I now
After having to deal with that conversation, they're like, actually, we're just going to go ahead and go genocide ourselves. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I see ya.
and they're like, we're actually
You
just
guys
gonna walk
bored
into
us
the
to death.
Yeah.
So-
Where's that Kool-Aid that was in the previous episode?
Hi. Did y'all miss me? I mean, it hasn't been that long. What, half an hour? It's your favorite player, Matt. So, I mean, you probably missed me, right? I can't blame you if you did. I missed me too when I was gone. So, I mean, pretty different episode, huh? I mean, I think this is the most serious episode we might have ever had on this show, which we gotta mix it up a couple times. You know, we can't always just be flying by the seat of our comedic pants. we got to have a little bit of levity here, right? And I think we did it. So hopefully we didn't step in it too much, but I think it was a pretty revealing episode for our characters so far. Anyways, you guys know what time it is. It's the middle break, even though this break is way more towards the end than the middle, but we're still calling it the middle break. And because we're closer to the end, maybe more of you will do the things that we talk about in this middle break because they mean a lot to us when you actually do them. For example, rating, subscribing, and reviewing to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts from. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you have a podcatcher, we're probably on it. And I know that I've been asking you to leave reviews because they're important to us. So I just want to take the time to shout someone out who left the last review on our Apple podcast. It was from Matt Crumbly. Give us a wonderful 5-star review. So Matt Crumbly, from all of us to you, thank you. We appreciate the support. You want to get a little shout out in this middle break? Go give us a review somewhere. All right. And let us know you did it. We want proof. Okay. You can't just come walking up here and being like, oh, I give you guys a review like on like 17 different places. Yeah. Prove it. Prove it. Another thing you can do is by following us on all of our social media platforms. You know what? Before I go any further, I'm going to make this short, okay? I'm going to make this short. We have a Q&A episode coming up, right? We haven't done one in a long time, but we do have one coming up at the end of this arc. So this ties in with the social medias, all right? We will be putting out a post where you can ask your questions about the arc, about us personally, about our characters, about anything you want. Ask us and we will answer it on that episode. So let me tell you where you can find those posts, okay? First, it'll be on Twitter at New Crits, or on Instagram at New Crits on the Block, or on Facebook at New Crits on the Block. We'll probably have our Discord thrown in there as well. So make sure you follow us on each of those handles so that you can ask your questions and also keep up with everything New Crits. Another place we'll probably have places for questions is in our Discord. I know that many of you have already joined us and are active members on there. We love having you, but we know a lot of you haven't joined. We would love to have you. What's the easiest way to get there? Simple. Go to our link tree, linktr.ee/newcritsontheblock. Click the join Discord button and you're added. If you wanted to come in just to ask the questions, that's fine. But we really implore you to interact with our other members on there because they're all so wonderful and great. And also, we have a new merch of the month for February, and we're really excited about this one. We have a bunch of other stuff on our store that we released last month as well. Was it already a month ago? God, I guess it was. But we have a merch of the month this month. To go check that out, visit our merch store. Again, use our link tree, linktr.ee. Click on the merch button. Check out all the sweet styles. We're going to be adding more every single month. We are so excited to get that ball more rolling for you, give you all more options, because we know not everybody likes the same things. So we want to get it's like a little smorgasbord of options for you. That's what we're going to have, okay? All right, I have rambled long enough. We would love to get those questions from you, so please go to our different social handles, whichever one you use the most, and send us some questions. We love hearing you. We haven't done one in a while. We're really excited to do another one now. We just kind of got in the throes of the episode, so time to reach back out to our community that we love so much, to show that we appreciate it. All right, let's get you back into the little bit last of this episode for you guys. Of course, we will see you next week on Monday. Hope everybody's staying healthy and wealthy and wise. And with that, bye-byes.
So guys, wake up in your little hovel that
Yeah, where'd we sleep?
just a spare
Outside.
hovel.
Okay.
It's a spare
There's
hovel.
a few extras now.
So did we?
Yeah.
So did we sleep in a bed?
No, you would have slept on the ground.
Okay,
Ugh.
because like those are big beds.
No. Yeah, one big bed is what you guys would have slept
No,
on.
that's a NADPOD thing.
Yes, it is, but I mean, it literally is just one big bed. But
it is. I mean,
No, get that out of here.
no,
Get that out of here. No, we have all small little birds.
Yeah.
that's our thing.
Yeah.
That's our thing.
We have
Yeah.
too many little beds.
We have
Yeah, or
Murphy
no
beds.
beds
Four
at all.
little beds.
You have no beds, is what you have.
We each sleep in 4 beds.
Oh yeah, sleeping on the cold ground in the tundra. That's a survival.
It's you got like a hearth in the hovel.
Yeah.
Hovel hearth?
Yeah.
How big-
well,
how big's the earth?
Hearth? I don't know, like
I just want to
size?
describe sizes.
3 feet by 2 feet.
For a
oh
giant.
boy.
Yeah, it's a small one for you. They custom install for you.
It's a mini fire one.
Yeah, it's like they put a little insert inside their bigger one that they had.
Oh, they got a fireplace insert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just for you guys. Like, oh, this might be too much heat.
It's better for the environment.
Yeah.
A lot of no burn days up in the tundra.
Well, you know what? That's what we're trying to prevent right now.
I was gonna say, I think it's like
I would love when they show up and we're like, excuse me.
It's a no burn
It's
day.
a no burn day.
No. They go out and they stomp out fires and spare the air day.
like, oh,
Just some nerdy guy with a clipboard is
Yeah.
like, whoa, everyone hold on. None of this.
this is not up to code.
All you on fire, extinguish immediately, please. Or else
see
the
these
environmental services will be on top of you like I don't know what.
And if I have to remind you one more time about your cigarette butts, I swear.
I love the idea of Fuma just getting like talked down to by some guy on like a clipboard, like a volcano erupts and he comes like flying out of the top of it and he's like, I will burn the world. Oh, sorry.
No.
That's gonna be a $300 fine, please.
Oh God. I'm sorry. He like, grabs the top of the mountain, puts it back on.
He's
goes
like,
in the-
I left my wallet in my other
I left my volcano on.
in my other volcano.
Mama pocket.
Fuma would be a conservative. What happened to personal sovereignty?
Yeah, you would.
If I want to burn the whole world down, that's my right.
Don't take my freedom away.
I'm a Phalarian, damn it.
Oh no! What is this episode?
What is this episode?
Fuma's a libertarian.
Man, we're stepping in it all over the place.
Well, you know what? He would align with me then.
I'm going to liberate the world of all their everything.
Of all their everything.
All their atoms.
Oh, you know those libertarians wanting
everything.
to
Oh,
us
boy.
libertarians.
Okay.
This is the episode that's going to get us banned from the airwaves for one reason or another, or all of them, really.
Probably.
Every way.
Jesus.
Yeah. I think we've touched everybody's feelings with this episode.
Yeah.
On every spectrum
Nice
of everything.
going with the new flavor, Jake.
Yeah, great new flavor.
guess.
I like it.
Yeah, can we go back to stabbing goblins in the face?
And
Tastes
making
pretty good.
dumb fart jokes.
Yeah,
and
fart
stuff.
jokes and
Hey,
stuff.
how's it taste in your guys' mouth?
What, the
Farty.
fart?
Farty?
It tastes like a press conference.
Ew.
What does a press conference taste like?
It tastes like a past regret. That's what it tastes like.
I feel like we're just gonna go down right. What is that now?
Nope.
I guess all regret is past. You can't have future regret.
Yeah, you can.
Sure you can. Oh, sure you can. When you know you're going to do something you shouldn't do and you know you're going to do it, you're like, oh, God.
Literally
damn it.
anytime, like I
That's just
think I'm
called
lactose
foresight,
intolerant,
right?
and every time I eat cheese, I'm like, I'm gonna regret it, but I'm like, I'm gonna do it.
But it's cheese.
Are you lactose?
I haven't like tested and found, but like, let's just say, anytime I have anything with lactose in it, my body's like, hey, dude, you're fucked. You made a bad choice. You're not
So,
gonna be.
yes.
So you probably.
Yeah, that sounds right.
The probability of me being lactose, 99.9%.
Well, great. Now we've triggered dairy farmers.
Yeah.
Thanks. So, who
Well,
else can we?
no, you did not trigger them because I'm still eating it. I am not slowed down at
That's
all.
a compliment
Yeah.
to a job well done, dairy farmers.
Is it a
cheese
compliment
is so
to the dairy
good.
farmers or
I
the
will
cows?
hurt my insides
Both.
for you.
Both.
Yeah.
Both. It's a team effort.
It's a team effort. It's
Yeah.
every.
Happy cows make happy cheese. Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brian
Okay.
hates that though because he's like, no, miserable cows make delicious cheese
Oh,
in Wisconsin.
Oh, you like that blood cheese, right?
Dry, arid cheese from California.
I mean, I do agree that like suffering is pretty delicious. There's a reason
Yeah,
why. There's
no,
a reason
you're
why
right.
veal tastes good.
It makes the cheese work harder.
It makes
Makes the cheese work hard.
Well, art comes from suffering, and so does cheese.
What?
I can argue- I
you
can
know
argue
the
that
grapes.
cooking-
You need to starve
art.
them out of water, and they
I'm
get
gonna
nice
give my
and sweet.
cheese some a paintbrush and
Same
see
kind
what
of cheese.
kind of art it can make.
I mean,
Some good old aged
alcohol
cheese.
is just like when you think about it, like alcohol is like fermentation, right? So you're just letting stuff like rot. So like it's like
How far are we in the episode at this point?
40 minutes.
Yeah.
God.
Great.
Can we just
episode.
make this as a general?
I think this is going to be bonus
It's
content.
another one of these. Oh no, this is happening.
is
This
the
episode's
episode.
happening.
Yeah, this is the discussion episode. I think literally that should be the title. Just discussion time.
I mean, I think the episode's gonna be called New Flavor, but
Flavor.
That's a good.
Try this on.
This is just tangent cast here.
well, we've still gotten some character and world building though.
No, we did. We did some good
we
work.
have stayed within the podcast realm.
Yeah.
Just
Sort
nothing has happened really.
I got a question. Are we a
don't
a
even think we've
D&D
woken up yet.
podcast or are we a talk radio podcast?
We're a D&D talk show.
Yes.
We are a
Podcast. Actual play.
just a talking podcast, thinly veiled as a D&D podcast.
Yeah.
just so that we can have a category to be in.
We have our niche, and then we just kind of like,
I'd say of the 70-ish episodes we've done or whatever around there, the fact that we've only had like 2 I can remember that really aren't D&D episodes. That's not bad.
Yeah, and I mean,
That's
like,
not
and,
bad.
and those aren't including, I feel like, the Q&As, which are, I feel like, different.
that's true.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
But even those are still based on D&D stuff because
Yes.
we're still talking about the podcast. So we always have our niche in there. It's just, like Matt said, it's just thinly veiled
A light
around.
sprinkle of D&D.
Yeah, like we're all in costumes, but we're just out doing groceries.
Doing groceries.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you know when you do groceries.
So we were gonna like have you guys. I was gonna have you guys like wake up and stuff, and like do something with the story. But I feel like at this point, there's no time.
What do you What do you mean?
What do you mean? We talked the whole time?
Yeah,
It was all a dream. Ooh.
yeah, you guys had you all had a co-dream together of like feelings. So
Like Inception.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
did we Inception it?
We Inception.
But you didn't. No, you failed. it.